All right, let's go ahead and take a look at question number one of the part one review. This one is fairly straightforward. We're just asking a couple of things that we had asked already in the previous quiz and the test, which was we would like to know if you can graph. Okay, so up until this point, I hope that everyone here should be able to tell the transformations, okay, of these graphs. If not, then it'd be a good idea to go back and review. And here we only have two transformations. We have a horizontal translation and a vertical translation. So for the horizontal translation, we are moving to the left by 3 units because this is the h value is actually a -3, the k value is -1, so we are moving left 3 units and down 1 unit. Okay. All right. Then what we will do next is that we will go ahead and make our cubic function graph. Again, the way we will do this graph, it's by using a little shortcut, okay? Instead of plugging in numbers to get the values one by one, it can take a lot of time. We just go ahead and say, all right, we move left and right by 1 unit, and then we move up by 1 unit, we put a dot right there. And then we move right 1 unit and go up 7 units, okay? And then to the left, we would go to the left 1 unit and go down 7 units. Oh, no, hold on. 7 will be right here, okay? From -2 down 7 units will be at -9. So by having this little shortcut, we can make this cubic function graph in no time. That would be really convenient because if we have to create a table, which we could, that's just going to take us some amount of time. Okay, that would take us some amount of time. Now, the question also requires us to graph its inverse. Now, I'm going to say there are 2 ways to graph the inverse. Okay, one simple way. I mean, you can use both, and you should be able to use both, to be honest. One is that you will go ahead and swap the x and y values of the original points. Okay, then you will create a graph based on the swapped points. Okay. All right, the swapped coordinates will give you this picture. Okay, all right. So if you finish the picture, one thing that you can check is that it will always look like a reflection over the y equals to x. Okay, that is the y equals to x line. They should look like a reflection over each other. Okay, so that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to actually find the equation of the inverse. And eventually these two, the equation and the graph should agree with each other. So let me just go ahead and finish part B right now. And to find out the inverse, we will first go ahead and switch to x and y. And then our job is to get y by itself. So one thing at a time from outside, and we work our way in to get rid of the items that are attached to y at the moment. And I'm going to show you these steps one by one. This is a cube root right now. And at this point, I want to stop for a moment and make a brief comment. For some people, it's not just a single incident. I've seen quite a few students, when they do this step, okay, for some reason the x is dropped. I have no idea why, because I mean, the x is still there, so it shouldn't be dropped. So yeah, if that happens to you, maybe you want to ask yourself what idea you had and what caused you to think in such a way. Okay, so you remove the +3 by subtracting 3. So what you have here, it's simply cube root of x plus 1 minus 3, which means that the cube root graph should be going to the left by 1 unit and down by 3 units. And it's just a regular cube root graph that goes that's increasing, okay, from left to right, which is our purple graph right there. And the inverse, okay, if you have to put down the inverse, this would be it. Okay, very straightforward. Okay, so that's how we have question number 1. Okay, just making graphs, finding inverse of the cubic function, and you should know how to do the other way around, just in case. Okay, so make sure you review the previous quiz that you had this question on, and also the worksheets and notes. Good.